past this game, and Willis Wilson saying, you know, guys, we need to come back because Fresno State has thumped us actually the last couple of times we played. So it'll be interesting to see how Rice comes out and plays the first 5-6 minutes, especially if the Dogs get off to a fast start.
Rice opened the last season with 2 wins as Fresno State comes up with a steal. It's Terrence Roberson. This is Chris Herron in for the offensive foul on Chris Herron. Rice actually began 2-0 in WAC play, but has not won since. The first game after that 2-0 start was at Fresno State. 7 straight defeats since then.
Ralph the zone right away into the amoeba to try to trap and get your rotations going. This is what you have to guard against. You got to guard against the perimeter. That's a walk. See, and that's what happens. If you start playing good defense and you get the other team doing things that they don't normally like to do and get them going a little quick. And that was an excellent call by the official. A definite travel.
The amoeba gave Rice just fits the last game. Now shooting just 36% of the field, 28-point defeat at Fresno State. This is Rafer Alston for 3, a little long. The rebound going to be off of Bobby Crawford, and Fresno State will have the basketball.
And Bobby Crawford, Ralph, has been a bit of an enigma, a guy that has been a big-time scorer, but he has not had a particularly good year for Rice.
Tremaine Folks outside, shot no good. Crawford with the rebound. Crawford, a transfer from Michigan. And you know all about the Fresno State prep All-Americans. Will Crawford was McDonald's great All-American kind of guy.
Highly sought out.
But he has struggled recently. Rafer Alston comes out with the basketball. Still no score. Herron changes that. Chris Herron with a three.
And Herron's been on fire. I mean, he's a guy that's really drawn a tremendous amount of attention and respect. Teams have gone and boxing one against them. But still, Fresno State's adapted well, even when teams have used multiple defenses against them.
Josh Stringer, too strong from the outside. This is a three-point shooter. Just about every shot Stringer takes will be outside the three-point arc.
Animated by Rice. And that's real important for Fresno State to run their motion, try to put the ball down low. Folks, a good guy to post up, see if you can find him in the offense and try to get him the ball.
Herron spins, throws it up. It'll count if it goes. Didn't go. He was fouled. Chris Herron will go to the free throw line. Bobby Crawford picks up his first personal foul.
Well, Chris Herron, this is what he could bring to the table. I mean, a guy that can penetrate, shoot the outside shot. He just forced that action and drew it through the foul. A nice individual effort by Herron, because if he doesn't have the shot when he takes it in toward the middle, he's definitely looking to kick the ball out if he feels any double team at all. And that time he didn't, so he went ahead and tried to score and did pick up the foul.
No coincidence that when Chris Herron returned to the lineup, Fresno State started to get things going. This is a guy who, when you penetrate, a lot of good things can happen.
Well, he's a terrific all-around player. I mean, there's no question, a guy that has a definite potential and ability to play at the next level.
Chris Herron 5. And Rice nothing.
Zone again. Look at him trap up.
He nearly won.
Yes, he did. I thought he did.
Robert Johnson for three. Maxwell, good rebound for Tremaine Folks. He leads the WAC in rebounds over 10.
Now, here's the one thing you can ill afford to do. You've got a nice little lead. You jumped off and played well. When you get it in the open court, Rafer Alston has to be under control and make solid decisions. Don't give Rice an opportunity to come back on you, and don't give them the feeling that they can win the game. That's real important. You want to get them down and out as quickly as you can.
2 turnovers for each team already. Still a 5-0 Fresno State lead. All 5 points scored by Chris Herron. Whistle, it's going to be an offensive foul on Rice. Or he's on the sideline, right in front of the Bulldog bench. Got the attention of the official, so it's a turnover. That's the 3rd turnover for the Owls.
Now back in the half-court, Ralph. They can start Herron down low, run him through some screens, try to set him up. This is pretty good motion here. That was well executed.
Alston for 3. A little strong. Johnson with the rebound.
Had great looks at the goal, could not get it down.
Rice gone 3 minutes without scoring. Hayes follows up his own shot, and the freshman's on the board. So are the Owls, 5-2 Bulldogs.
Kalis has been productive for Rice since he's been inserted in the starting lineup.
Freshman chose basketball over baseball. He was drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks last summer in the 20th round.
Look at Rice. They're just sagging off. They're going to give Fresno State some outside shots, except for Heron. They're going to allow some of that. We'll see if they can get some misses.
Austin will get it zeroed in. Johnson back up to Stringer and around to Crawford for three and hits. And that's the first three-pointer in the last 3 games for Bobby Crawford. He went 2 games without a three and hits his first one here. Roberson to answer the other side. Rebound comes off to Tremaine Folks. Throws it up. A whistle on the play and a foul. Stringer whistled for the foul. First personal on Josh Stringer. 2 team fouls now on Rice.
That's a good job by Tremaine Folks. He's got great hands, and as you said, Ralph, the leading rebounder in the WAC. And he does a smart thing. When you get the ball inside, try to get it up in traffic, draw the foul, get yourself to the foul line, put some pressure on the official, and make the call.
Tremaine Folks averaging a double-double for Fresno State. He had a career-high 28 points and 16 rebounds the last time Bulldogs faced Rice. In high school, he led Crenshaw out of Los Angeles to 2 state titles. Folks hits both. And the Fresno State Bulldogs off to a good start here. Taking the lead early.
While you're probably thinking of the
Children of Springfield are shipwrecked on a deserted island, but this is no Gilligan's Island. On The Simpsons, following World's Funniest Home Videos at 7. Then at 8:30, it's Hola Mexico for the Hill family vacation. But will they be able to return home? Find out on King of the Hill, followed by the X-Files, only on KMPH, Fox 26. Fresno State had a 5-0 lead in this game on the three-pointer and a couple of free throws by Chris Heron. The good side for the Bulldogs, 4 of 4 from the free throw line here early. And Fresno State is a much improved team in the last few games from the free throw line. The only basket so far of the game for Fresno State was Heron's three-pointer.
And Rice at 2 for 7. I mean, they're not burning it up either. So good defense by both clubs. Well, they're not going to guard Wilkes. You see where Heron's playing against Wilkes, number 34. Heron isn't even out on him. So Heron's going to try to drop down for the point and get some help.
Michaelis with the jumper from the baseline. It's a 2-pointer, and we are tied at 7. 4 points for the freshman.
Going to switch the defense, Ralph, and go zone. 2-3 zone by Rice.
Winford Walton into the game for Fresno State. Alston still trying to find the range, in and out. Rebound comes off to Jarvis Kelly-Steiner.
That's why Willis Wilson went to the zone, because he's picked up the fact that the Dogs are not shooting very well from the outside. So pack it in, and let's find out if Fresno State can make a shot or two. Pretty good strategy by Rice.
Steal by Tremaine Folks. He has Heron ahead of him, but he's going to go the distance. Foul on the way up. Stringer will pick up his second.
It's a good job of playing the passing lane, but here in this situation, folks, he had his head down. He had Heron ahead of him on this play, and I don't think he really picked him up until he got closer to the goal. Pretty good defensive play to come over and give some help and get the foul. So from a strategy standpoint, a nice effort for Rice, because they're going to give up an automatic deuce, and now Fresno State may only get a point out of it.
First miss from the line from Fresno State. That's Sean Tyndall, freshman, checking in as Josh Stringer goes to the bench with 2 fouls, 2 early fouls, with 14:53 remaining in the first half. Folks trying to snap a 7-7 tie, does, as he makes 1 out of 2. Fresno State back up by a point. Bobby Crawford already has a 3-pointer in the game. Kelly Sonny turns, fires, doesn't get the bounce. Another rebound for Tremaine Folks. Off to a great start on the boards.
Good job by Folks. He's done an excellent job of defensive rebounding the ball.
His 4th rebound Walton's three-point attempt in and out. Sani with another board for Rice.
My recollection now, that's about 1 out of 11 from the floor for Fresno State.
Nearly turned it over. Wilkes got it back after losing it. And another turnover. A second time here in the first few minutes. And the Owls have lost the ball on the sideline.
It's frustrating when you get opportunity jumpers on the outside and the ball does not go down. So what you have to do in many cases is try to start with the ball down low. What's going to go ahead and shoot another outside shot?
Alex Bugayev just into the game for Rice, a 6'11 sophomore. Still an 8-7 lead with Fresno State.
Well, this has been a great opportunity for Rice really to build a lead, and they haven't been able to do it.
Look out for Crawford if he starts hitting them from the outside. That's 2 3-pointers from Crawford. He has 6 points in the game, and it's a 10-8 lead for Rice.
The other thing that's got to happen, Ralph, if you're going to play the zone, you have to move towards Crawford. Now that he's made a couple of threes, get over on him.
Aaron penetrates, throws it up, banks it in. No basket. Offensive foul. The second on Chris Aaron.
Yeah, Bobby Crawford stepped in the way that time and accepted the foul. Heron trying to make something happen, gets his second charge of the game. Here's a good pump fake. That was good help by Crawford. Crawford, I don't think, was straight in front that time. Looked like he was more on the side, but the official gave the benefit of the doubt to the defender. So now Heron picks up 2 quick fouls.
Pleading his case with the official Vern Harris to no avail. Crawford, third 3 of the game. He has 9. Biggest lead of the game for Rice. The Owls up by 5, 13-8.
With a little warning to Bobby Crawford and Rice, you cannot touch the ball once it goes through the basket. Rice back in the zone again. And I really believe, Ralph, you have to put folks low, let him touch the ball and attack in to out.
Loses it, but was fouled. Wilkes picking up the foul. That'll be his first.
Good pass inside to Tremaine Folks. And that's where the offense has to initiate when you're not making the outside shots. Now out of bounds. So be alert for the man taking the ball out of bounds.
Roberson rattles it home. Nice play on the inbound pass from Fresno State. Roberson just makes a move, gets open, throws it up and in. 13-10 now. Fresno State down by 3. Biggest deficit was 5. Crawford to Kelly Sani. With 2 strong rebound, Winford Walton.
Good news, it's 1 and out. So Rice has not had many second efforts.
Roberson driving and took an extra step. Bobby Crawford, the defender, on the play. Turnover for Fresno State. Gives the ball to Rice. Jarvis Kelly Sani will take a rest as freshman Derek McCandless checks back into the game for Willis Wilson's Owls.
Willis Wilson has really made a decision to go with his young players. I mean, he is not staying very long with his veterans. He's making changes. Of course, when you're 5 and 17, that's what you have to do. He's going to find out if these young guys can play.
Bugayev can't get the ball. McCandless tries to control it, but Tremaine Folks gets the rebound. Blasting down the court is Ray for Alston. Tipped up by Folks. Great follow on the play by Tremaine Folks.
Well, young people can learn from that. Always anticipate your teammate will miss the wide open breakaway shot. So good effort by Folks to run the floor and be there for the opportunity putback.
Fresno State now within 1. 4 unanswered points by the Bulldogs. McCandless turns. Rebound comes off to Ray for Alston. Gives it to Terrence Roberson. Fouls and hangs on the rim, going up for the dunk. That's Roberson with the opportunity for a 3-point play.
I tell you what, that's a great shot by Roberson. And you have to count that one. Roberson felt the pressure. Nice pass by Alston, and Roberson did the right thing. Go up and try to finish it and dunk the ball and get it home. Had he tried to lay that one in, it would have been deflected. So Roberson not only gets the goal, but will get to the line for a 3-point play.
McCandless late getting there, picks up the foul. Tremaine Folks goes to the Fresno State bench, replaced by Larry Apney. Roberson does convert the 3-point play. So with 11:47 remaining in the first half of our game, Fresno State now leading 15-13. Dale Federal Bank, Saturday, February 14th, Fresno State women's basketball team will host Tulsa. Tip-off 7 p.m. at the North Gym on campus. Sunday the 15th, the Fresno State men's team will be at Tulsa. The Dogs return to Selden Arena Saturday, February 21st to host San Jose State. This week in Bulldog Sports has been brought to you by Glendale Federal Bank.
Now, Ralph, we talked about the importance of this game at the top of the show, and Fresno does not want to tough here at Rice because they've got a tough game Sunday at Tulsa, and they're really playing for that second spot in the Pacific Division, which will give them a bye in the first round of the WAC tournament, and I think that's pivotal to have that rest.
Bulldogs have scored 7 straight points in this game to take a 2-point lead. Foul's going to be called on Larry Anthony, holding Bugayev, who will head to the bench, replaced by Jarvis Kelly Sani. Sani, a senior, averages 14 points and 9 rebounds a game.
Started at Arizona. It was not Jarvis Sani, it was just Jarvis at that point. To my recollection. I mean, not Jarvis, Kelly Sani.
Knocked away from behind by Rafer Alston. 10 turnovers now already in this game. The first meet, there were 35 turnovers.
Now back man-to-man. So they're trying to run Heron off some screens and try to put the ball down low.
Roberson turns, fires, and hits. So that's 9 straight points for the Bulldogs. Roberson comes up limping a little bit as he returns to his defensive position at the other end of the floor.
And Crawford can't handle Roberson, and I thought that was a very nice read by Fresno State. They had a mismatch with the taller Roberson against Crawford, and they got the ball to the right guy.
Crawford trying to get his 4th three-pointer of the game. It does not. Here comes a Rafer Alston. Skips it ahead. Didn't come up to Chris Heron.
Right idea. Tough pass to handle. Heron just didn't get down quick enough, but that was a very difficult pass to handle in the open court. I think the bounce pass was the correct thought, but it was thrown like a bullet, and Heron just couldn't pick it up.
Heron takes a seat on the bench as Demetrius Porter comes in. Fresno State still struggling from outside. The first one of the game was made by Chris Heron. Dogs have missed 7 straight three-point attempts.
Bobby Crawford's got the 3 threes for Rice. And he and Michaelis, the only guys to score in this game for Rice. So Crawford with 9, Michaelis with 4.
Crawford loses it going in. This is a breakaway for Demetrius Porter. Ahead of Sean Tyndall. Lays it up and in. Nice pass by Winfred Walton.
Excellent pass by Walton. Looked easy, but it isn't. He hit him right in stride. So nice run by Fresno State. A quick timeout by Willis Wilson and the Rice Owls as the Dogs have put a good move here on Rice and playing very well. And keying it at the defensive end. You take a look at the run at 11 zip, and a lot of that was really started with their good defensive play, open court transition baskets, and nice execution at the offensive end of the floor.
Fresno State trailed after about 3 minutes, 13-8, but that 11-0 run has turned it into a 6-point Bulldog lead.
You know, the other thing they've done, Ralph, is they've adjusted well, and they have gotten to Bobby Crawford. They're not letting Crawford get any open shot. Here's Walton with the pickup and the throw ahead to Porter, who does a good job to get his body in the way of the defender and finalize the play.
Walton suffered back spasms in the game against SMU and really didn't practice all this week. That's why he did not start this week. But so far, that doesn't appear to be bothering him. Holding foul going to be called on Demetrius Porter as he got a piece of Robert Johnson. Johnson scored 18 in the last meeting between these two teams. One of the bright spots for Rice in an otherwise dismal effort.
Yeah, Rice was out of that game before it started. I mean, that was an impressive effort by Fresno State itself. Now, the other thing I like, Willis Wilson called the timeout, Ralph, and out of the timeout, Fresno State switched their defense again. They went straight up man-to-man the last time down the floor, and I think confused Rice.
Michaelis in and out. Foul on the rebound. It may be against Kelly Sani. First foul on Jarvis Kelly Sani. 16 fouls now on Owls of Rice as Chris Heron checks back into the game for Fresno State. Rafer Alston will go to the Bulldog bench. Dogs Bulldogs have an 11-0 scoring run going right now. 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Rice back to the zone. And they will sag it in against the man-to-man. I thought that Fresno State reacted well and promoted exceedingly well and got some open shots. But Walton for three. Yeah, there's another one. Just Walton with his size at the top of the key. Tough to handle.
That's a 14-0 Fresno State run now as Kelly Sani finally ends it with a turnaround inside basket as Larry Abney hit the deck.
They have to come out on Walton, and they will. But that may open it up inside. Oh, no, Walton's going to let it go again.
Rebound come out from Crawford.
Shot selection is very important for Fresno State.
Sani over Abney. Abney may have gotten a little piece of that. Rebound from Abe Folks. 5 boards now for Folks in the game. And they'll try to go on the offensive. Nope, passes it off to keep his forward.
Reset. So you don't have it on the first time down. Back it out. Run your motion. Get set again.
That's another difference between this Fresno's team and the one that had troubles early in the season.
I really believe, Ralph, if your early offense is there, fine. If it isn't, have the patience to start over again.
Kelly Sani misses. McCain there for the putback. Last 3 times down, the Owls have gone inside to Kelly Sani.
And what's unfolding now is that there's really not much screening out or blocking out in terms of what Fresno's doing the last couple of times down. And Rice taking advantage of that, going right to the glass.
Tremaine Folks follows his own miss. Another rebound, puts it up, and he is fouled. Kelly Sani picks up his second personal foul. Tremaine Folks will go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Oh, it has been an interesting year in the WAC this year. I mean, what a very strong conference. You look at the Mountain Division with New Mexico and Utah really dominating at the top. But Colorado State's had a good year, and so has Wyoming. So there's some very good team in the Mountain Division. Of course, TCU, Fresno, Tulsa are doing a good job in the Pacific Division. So the WAC tournament will be very interesting this year.
I alluded to the fact that Terrence Roberson was hobbling on the court just moments ago. Roberson has left the game and left the floor, gone to the locker room with trainer Ed Ferreira to be attended to, and we'll have a report on that one for you as soon as we get it. Time out on the floor now, 7:46 remaining in the first half. Fresno State leads by 7, 24-17. Can't stick around because coming up at halftime, the Bulldog Spotlight will shine on the Fresno State women's tennis team. We'll also have a KMPH news break and the Enterprise Rent-A-Car stats and highlights. All that coming up at halftime. Let's take a look at the Bulldog booster group that made the trip on the charter flight from Fresno, and will continue on to Tulsa from here for Sunday afternoon's game against the Golden Hurricane. They have a trip planned tomorrow to the Johnson Space Center.
Take a look at the field goal percentage too, Ralph. And remember that Fresno started out, I believe, 1 of 15. Or 1 of 12. They made a nice comeback and shot the ball much better of late, obviously. But they didn't get off a very good start in this game.
There was on the play. That foul will Ray for Alston, his second. So Alston with 2, Chris Herron with 2, 5 team fouls on the Bulldogs, 17 fouls on Rice. Crawford trying to work on the inbound pass. Quick hands by Tremaine Folks. Knocks it away out of bounds. Rice will retain possession.
Fresno State looks like they're going to zone it up on the out of bounds. They start to play good position. Then right back in the zone.
T.J. Armstrong, number 3, into the game. Kalis inside to Bugayev. Banks to it over Tremaine Folks.
Well executed by Rice. I thought a very good job and a nice steal in there by Bugayev. I mean, he's a big guy, and I like to jump up. It's a shot that most big guys don't work on a whole lot, but it's very effective. Small teams that the Dogs have on the floor. Very quick plus, good outside shooting team, but not a big team.
Ray for Alston turns the ball over for Fresno State. Alston trying to squeeze some things in there against the Rice defense. And there's the turnover story. We mentioned 35 turnovers between the two teams in the first meeting between Rice and Fresno State. They're already put together 13 as Folks gets another rebound. Folks going to have a big board game tonight. Heron for three.
Heron does that about as well as anybody in the country. I mean, a beautiful pump fake to get his defender in the air. And he has that ability to slide on the outside and have the presence of mind to always be behind the line and shoot the three ball. So another good effort by Chris Heron and a good read by Ray for Alston.
Good defense on that play by Larry Abney, who knocked the ball away from Bugayev, and it actually went off Bugayev's head and out of bounds. So it's another turnover. This one for Rice. As Terrence Roberson checks back into the game. So apparently whatever was bothering him has been taken care of. It has been as simple as just taping up an ankle.
And, of course, Rice back in the zone. So this is a very good zone team that the Dogs have on the floor. I mean, they got three guys on the outside that can all shoot the ball.
Alston having a difficult night offensively. Misses again. Ball will be out of bounds for Fresno State. Last touch by Rice. Substitutions for the Owls. John Springer checks in, replacing Robert Johnson, and Winfred Walton into the game for Larry Abney.
And Walton in the game, too, and another guy to insert against the zone. Heron again, he's going to make another one. A little bit short.
Very exciting with the rebound.
Yeah, Jerry Tarkanian recognized that Rice is zoning again, so he's going to put Walton in the game, gives him another perimeter shooter. See if Rice stays with the zone the next time down, or if they go back man-to-man, because all of a sudden the Dogs have some shooters on the floor.
Crawford, that's a two-point shot, air ball. Fresno State to take it over out of bounds.
If Rice stays in the zone this time down, or if they switch it up, I'd be a little. Well, they are going to stay in the zone. I'm a little surprised. I thought they'd go man-to-man, and again a turnover.
Alston having a difficult night on offense. That's at least 4 passes that have sailed wide.
Trying to start a little too quick. I mean, back it up, take your time, get everybody situated in the right spot before you attack.
Under 5.5 minutes remaining here as Michaelis fires for three. That's going to be short. Alston gets it ahead to Winfred Walton. Bangs into Michaelis, puts it up and in. No call. Basket Walton, he has 5. It's 29-19, Fresno State by 10.
Man by Fresno State. Switching up again. Just can ill afford to give Crawford open looks. He got off to a great start, but he's been well defended since the opening part of the game. This is what you have to do to Crawford. Stay right up on him. Don't give him that three-point shot.
He fires it. Folks battle for it. Comes off to Chris Heron. Ahead to Ray for Alston. Back to Heron, who will fire for three and hit.
Well, Heron is pure out there when he has time, and he measures up, and he waves goodbye with that wrist. I mean, it's going down most of the time. Another good read, though, by Alston. More under control.
Bulldogs with the biggest lead of the game, 32-19. Springer drives. Walks on the play, but foul. Was Springer going to the basket.
And remember, Heron has the 2 fouls, so he's doing a very good job of playing and not committing that third foul. And there's the reach. And Springer, who takes it down the middle, I didn't see a whole lot of contact there because Walton made a nice deflection off the glass, but the referee felt there was some body contact.
Walton picks up his first personal, 17 fouls now on the Bulldogs, also 17 fouls on Rice. Josh Springer goes to the free throw line for 2. This is the first free throw of the game for Rice with 4:13 remaining here in the first half.
So what does that tell you? That Rice has not done a very effective job of getting the ball inside. They've taken nothing to the glass. They really relied on perimeter shooting in the first half. Very difficult to win when you're one dimension. So Fresno State's done an excellent job of defending the interior and not fouling and forcing Rice to beat them with field goals.
Seldom used Hugh Thompson into the game. He's a freshman from Perth, Australia. 6'10 player. Roberson's three-point attempt no good. Jarvis Delisani with the rebound. Armstrong has it knocked away, but a foul on the play, and Chris Heron pulled his hands back and kind of breathed a little sigh of relief because Heron already has 2 fouls. That one will go against Alston, but it will be 3 fouls now on Rafer Alston. So he will have to go to the bench for the remainder of this first half, 3:49 remaining, to be replaced by Demetrius Porter.
I know that Jerry Tarkanian and his coaching staff was hoping to come out of this first half with Heron and Alston with only 2 fouls. Now you might see the zone now the next time down by Fresno State, just to try to stay out of foul trouble. Heron's got to be very careful. He can't take anything to the glass. Cannot pick up the 3rd foul in the first half. You don't want to commit another offense. That's a tough shot. That was a real hard shot.
Well, way too long as Rice comes back as we approach 3:30 now remaining in the first half. Walton with the rebound. Pass is nearly picked off and is intercepted by Mark Wilkes, who will take it up and back it out. 3-point attempt put up by Josh Stringer. They battle for it inside. Last touch by the Bulldogs, so Rice will have the basketball. 3:15 here remaining in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Fresno State still leading and up by a dozen. It's 32-20 Bulldogs. No fear, champion Russell and more. The Bulldog Shop is a one-stop shop with everything from game tickets to tailgate party supplies. ATM and cellular phone service is available, and we're open all day game day. The Bulldog Shop on the northwest corner of Cedar and Barstow across from all 3 stadiums. So, as I said last time, shop till you drop at the Bulldog Shop.
I like it.
Okay.
Everybody has been motionless out there. They've been waiting for the referee to say play here.
The shooting percentages are nothing to write home about, although Fresno State has really picked it up after a slow start. Bulldogs lob it. 1 of 9. The lob, I think, may have gone in anyway.
No, it did go in. That was one of their better shots they've had.
They give Kelly Sonny the credit for the basket.
No, Wilkes, they should give Wilkes the credit. Sonny had nothing to do with it. The ball was in.
Blocking foul at the other end called on Hugh Thompson.
Ralph, maybe that'll get the crowd, get some life into this crowd, because they are sitting on their hands. I mean, you would think this is a scrimmage, not much noise at all, but Wilkes got everybody excited, trying to lob it up to Kelly Sonny, and it went in by itself.
They call this place the jungle as Roberson is far short, and then I believe Tremaine Folks is going to pick up a foul for going over the back. They call Autry Court the jungle. And not tonight, though. Capacity's 5,000. They've been averaging about 2,700. And I'd say they're going to have to go a ways to reach 2,000.
I think it's more like the desert tonight. It's not the jungle.
T.J. Armstrong going to shoot free throws here at the other end with 2:57 remaining. Bobby Crawford getting ready to check in, but I believe he's going to be replacing the shooter. So Armstrong has to shoot those free throws. Makes the first of the 1-and-1. Bulldogs had a 32-19 lead. 5 straight points now for the Owls to get within 8. As Armstrong makes the 2 free throws, goes to the bench, replaced by Bobby Crawford. Under 3 minutes now remaining in the first half.
In his own. Good spacing. Not bad shot.
Roberson with a great look at the three-pointer and a nice passing and hits. 10 points now for Roberson. Heron leads the Bulldogs with 11.
Man-to-man by Fresno State. I thought they might go to the zone just to protect Heron, so Heron doesn't pick up his 3rd foul. Stringer should put the ball on the ground and take it right to the goal against Heron.
He made a nice pass inside, though, to Jarvis Kelly Sonny. Lays it up and in.
Part of the game is you have to be aware that if the man guarding you is in foul trouble, and really he's their most prolific offensive player, take a chance and take it to the goal, you might pick up the 3rd foul. Nice move inside by Folks.
Tremaine Folks put Kelly Sonny on his wallet, and now has 9.
I think Stringer should dribble drive the ball. He's doing Heron a favor every time he passes it.
2 minutes now remaining in the first half. Crawford, that's a 2-point attempt. Short. Heron with the rebound.
No charge here, under control.
Dishes off to Porter. Great pass to Abney. Reverse layup. Good. Nice pass there by Fresno State. Passing by Fresno State. Heron got it to Porter, who found the open man at the inside.
That's what you like about Porter. I mean, he does bring that to the table. A guy that's under control, that will make good decisions. Rarely turns the ball over. Solid defender.
And just a freshman.
He's had a good year. He's done a nice job coming off the bench. He's been productive.
Kelly Sonny Tipped up by Thompson, no good. Kelly Sani tries to elbow for some room, puts it up, no basket. He is fouled. Josh Kelly Sani will shoot free throws. That foul on Larry Abney, his second.
Well, this is a very good effort by Rice. They just could not get the ball down. But you notice only 2 red shirts in there rebounding the ball for Fresno State. That's a time when people have to come back and give some help, get your guards back, rebounding the ball. It's not a big Fresno State team on the floor. But you only saw 2 defenders in a position to get the ball off the glass. What happens a lot of times in this game is you get used to running a fast break, that you start sneaking down the floor while the other team's ball is in the air. So what happens is you give up some offensive rebounding. You better have someone in there that can pick it off the glass and start the break, because if that doesn't happen, the team shooting the ball will get second and third efforts.
Jerry Tarkanian wants a 20-second timeout, so the Bulldogs can talk it over with 1:14 remaining in the first half. It's a 39-27 Fresno State lead. Bulldogs up by a dozen. And again, after this, the big game for the Bulldogs will be Sunday afternoon at Tulsa. Fresno State has won 3 straight on the road. Bulldogs lost their first 5 games away from home and have now started to find the combination. Winning at SMU, then the victory at San Diego, and the huge win at Hawaii.
Well, obviously, there's been some problems this year. Obviously, those are well documented, but it hasn't affected his team's play on the floor. I mean, the guys that Jerry Tarkanian and his coaching staff's been able to put on the floor have played exceedingly well. And the other thing you got to like about it is that Fresno's getting better. I mean, this is a better team than it was early in the year. So guys have a little bit better chemistry, playing nicely together. Folks is now posting up inside and playing around the goal, and Heron developing his outside game. So I like the way this team is coming along.
Yet another rebound for Tremaine Folks to give the Bulldogs another 35 seconds here.
Utilize the clock. You've got the lead. Take a quality shot. Good decision by Porter to pass up the shot.
Terrence Roberson shuffled the feet, took an extra step. Turnover Fresno State. So 41.2 seconds here remaining.
You got a chance for the knockout blow, and those are the kind of mistakes that absolutely drive you wild. You cannot make unforced turnovers. Now you've got to have a good stop, a solid effort at the defensive end.
Whistle on the play, and the foul will be called on Demetrius Porter. Heron kind of made a half-hearted effort, a swipe at it. You got to keep in mind that he has the 2 fouls.
I'm surprised that really Coach Tarkanian at this point. You'd like to have Heron in there, though, at the offensive end. But I don't suspect he will take him out with 31 seconds, because now you try to get a productive trip down the floor. Now, Walton's coming into the game.
And they're going to bring Rafer Alston back in with the 3 fouls, too. Walton replaces Abney. Alston replaces Demetrius Porter.
It's a good substitution, because you're only going to play offense, hopefully for 1 possession. You shouldn't really get into another defensive situation unless you make one of those unforced turnovers, or you shoot the ball too soon with only 31 seconds left in the half. You want to try to shoot this ball with about 5 or 6 seconds. You don't want to shoot it any sooner.
After the 2 Mark Wilkes free throws, 10-point game again, Fresno State leading.
Just hold the ball out here. Alston just...
This is Tremaine Folks inside over Michaelis. Can't get it to go. Kelly Sani with the rebound. Rice will have the opportunity for the last shot here. Wilkes, rebound by Walton as it was deflected by Fresno State. Didn't go on the length of the floor. Wilkes actually shot that ball sooner than he had to. They had a little more time, but Fresno State will take it.
They absolutely will take it, because I thought the Dogs shot it too soon at their end of the floor, and I thought they dodged a bullet. Wilkes could have gone all the way for a layup.
Halftime in Houston. Fresno State leads by 10.
History is about to take a swing at Fresno State. With just 3 more wins, Dora Giulianova will set a new Bulldog record with 75 career singles victories.
She's rewriting the history for Fresno State tennis. She really is. She's had a tremendous impact on our program, a lot of firsts.
She's the first Bulldog to play at the National Indoor Tournament in Dallas, the first Bulldog to play in 2 straight NCAA championships, and get this, she's only a junior. By the time she's done, Dora will probably be considered the greatest women's tennis player ever to play at Fresno State.
I mean, I'm just happy that I have still about 2 more years, this season and the next season, to contribute to Fresno State tennis improvement, and that's what actually makes me happy, because I believe that we're getting better and better, and we're going to have much better players than me from now on.
Ranked 15th in the nation, Giulianova gained invaluable experience at the tournament in Dallas that she hopes will carry over for her team.
Being among the best players is just a confidence by itself, just participating in this tournament. And then, of course, I want to motivate my teammates if I can, so that they could do the same thing and we could be good.
We'll visit more with the Fresno State women's tennis team right after this. Is the key to this year's Fresno State team. Well, then the future rides with Liesl Fitchbauer. Only a freshman, Fitchbauer's already ranked 40th in the nation and getting better every day.
I didn't dare to hope to be that good here. I was happy that at least one school wanted to accept me when I got the message that Fresno State wanted me to come, and I was so happy to come here, and I'm glad that it worked out so well.
Playing with Dora as a doubles partner, Liesl is learning every day what it takes to be the best.
Well, she's a great player. You can always rely on her, especially her returns, and if it's getting closer, she always gives her best. It's just excellent. I think your strokes otherwise are looking very good. Liesl has just been a fabulous athlete to add to our lineup. And again, much like Dora, she works extremely hard. She takes her game very seriously. You know, they're their own worst critic. I mean, they just accept nothing less than perfection. And they're a great attribute to our team.
So great that the Bulldogs are currently ranked 29th in the nation and hope to make a lot of racket at the WAC tournament and hopefully the NCAAs. With the Fresno State women's tennis team, I'm Dana Green for the Bulldog Spotlight.
To the floor here at halftime in Houston. Fresno State leading by 10, but the Bulldogs probably could be leading by a whole lot more. Jack Furtick in the locker room at halftime. Talk about what's going to happen in the second half. Jack?
Ralph, half of what Jerry Tarkanian talked about at halftime dealt with taking good shots. Of the 31 shots the Bulldogs have taken, 19 have been threes. Look for them to screen against that zone, bringing the ball to one side of the floor, screening both of the backside guys, shots for Heron and Roberson, and then when that opens it up to go inside. The other half of what he talked about was that if Ralph Wood can get a hole-in-one, we should certainly be able to beat Rice. Actually, what he said was if Ralph Wood can get a hole-in-one, we should be able to beat the Lakers.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a lot of truth in that. Matter of fact, there's Ralph. Ralph got a hole-in-one today.
The first one. Been playing golf a long time, and it was a lot of fun. Made the day. I'll tell you, if you're ever playing golf in Houston, this is the place to play. It's called Tour 18, and what a great place to play golf.
Well, what did you hit? It was a 179-yard hole, and you hit a
3-iron.
Hit a 3-iron into the wind. It hit, rolled, and went into the hole.
The hole, it keeps getting longer and longer.
Yeah,
as
it'll
story,
be, in about a year, it'll be a 216-yard par 3, and you hit 6-iron.
Let's take a look at the scoring totals from the first half of the game. Heron and Roberson in double figures. Chris Heron doing very well. And Tremaine Folks, double figures in rebounds. He has 11. Bobby Crawford hit 3 consecutive three-pointers, I think, during one stretch, and that was it. The shooting percentages on the Enterprise Rent-A-Car halftime stats show that Rice is really having troubles. We'll be back with more from Houston as Fresno State Rice starts the second half right after this timeout. Still shook up about the hole.
Run your motion, set some screens.
Almost draws the foul on it.
Almost a triple there for
everyone held their breath on the Bulldog bench because Heron playing with 2 fouls.
And both have been charges. And Heron fouled prior to the charge this time and would have gotten his third had he not been fouled on the way to the goal.
Second foul on Bobby Crawford.
Well, this is the bright spot, though, for Fresno State. They have shot their free throws very well in this game. To my recollection, they're 8 out of 10 in the first half, so 9 of 11 10 of 12, and that's an excellent job.
That will get it done on the road, hitting the free throw. Josh Stringer for 3. And hits right out of the gate.
That is Stringer's game. And you know when Stringer's in the ball game, he is a 3-point specialist.
Entering this game, 51 of Stringer's 63 shots have been 3-point attempts. Alston, who was 0 for 6 in the first half, now 0 for 7. Kelly Sani lays it up in 5 straight points now for Rice. And it's a 7-point game.
And Rice playing harder. Rob, I don't know if you've noticed, but their tempo and their body language much better than it was at the start of the game. And I don't know if Willis Wilson had really talked with his guys for what at halftime, but they've come out and played with a purpose here in the second half.
Kalis turns, banks it in.
And he may need a quick 20.
8 from Kalis. 7 straight points now. They need it for the Owls. And Bulldogs will take a 20.
Well, you see, this is a Rice team that now, beaten by 30, really, the last couple of times they played Fresno, down 10 and a half, an opportunity to pull to 10. And they've come out and played an exceptional start of the second half. They're moving the ball, they're screening, they're making shots, they're getting it off the glass. Beautiful move here by Jarvis Kelly Sani to take it all the way with the left hand. That's the thing you like about it. And Michaelis, who I thought had a solid first half, posts up, gets good position, receives the ball 3 feet from the goal. And this young guy right here really has been playing very well since he's been inserted in the starting lineup.
Rice shot 29% from the field in the first half. The second half, the Owls are at 100%. 3 for 3.
You see the run is 7-zip. So good 20. Now you have to come out and be solid. Look at Rice. They got the guards in there rebounding.
Off the feet of Johnson. Turnover as Rice had an opportunity to come down and cut that Bulldog lead to 3 or less.
Rice, they're going to come out and stay man-to-man. They like to start Heron low, run them through some screen, get him to the top of the key. Now they're going to look to trap and double up. See, Rice, they're out doing some different things this half. They're trapping, they're doubling up, they're taking some chances.
Needed to be careful. Heron with the left-hander. That's the second one that's been in and out on a drive for Chris Heron. Looking for the lob was Crawford. Didn't get it from Josh Stringer. So Crawford will try 3. That's going to be too long. Alston with the rebound. Heron opens. Takes the pass and is fouled on the way up.
That was a nice pass by Alston. It was a simple 15-foot pass with a man ahead of you. Good effort by Alston to get it up the floor. And what I like about Heron, he was aware if anybody was in front of him. He said, look, is anybody there for a charge? If not, I'm going to jump right back into the defender, shield the ball with my body, and draw the foul. So good effort on the pass and the shot.
Second foul on Michaelis. 22nd timeout called by Rice. 17:52 remaining here in the basketball game. Fresno State leading 41-36. The Bulldogs have now hit 10 of 12 free throws. Chris Heron is going to strike 2 more. Rafer Olsen playing with 3 fouls. Heron has 2. Larry Abney also in the game with 2 fouls.
That's the other thing you want to do, Ralph. If you're Fresno State, try to get to the line, take the ball to the goal, get the opposition in foul trouble. Doing a good job of shooting free throws in this game. So I know Jerry Tarkanian is thinking to himself that we have to be solid at the defensive end, but shot selection critical at the offensive end. Don't give this team a chance to get back in this game.
Bulldogs are 11-14 from the line. Heron with 14 points.
Abney in there trying to front. A good job by Abney's trying to use his quickness in there against Kelly Sani.
Johnson drives. Tipped up. Really going to credit that Kelly Sani. Kelly Sani gets credit for the tip in.
Ralph, the most important thing to do in college basketball when you're playing defense is stop the ball.
Inside, Bulldogs have had 3 straight inside shots missed, and now Alston turns it over. Chris Heron, a couple of drives. The shots went in and out. Crawford didn't see the inbound pass coming from Michaelis. Finally picks it up.
Lob it now. That was well executed. Nicely done.
That was another one that nearly went in without being directed in. Robert Johnson gets credit.
Well, I thought Johnson made a great save. You could see it coming. I mean, that was a planned play of a nice pass. Pass just as important as the shot.
Fresno State's lead has now been trimmed to just a basket. Folks, inside position on Sadi, banks it in.
A nice job by Tremaine Folks to post it up and right around the goal. That's what you need, some inside scoring. Boy, this is a different Rice team than anyone that I've seen over the last 3 or 4 games.
This is a 13-3 run by Rice. It'll be a holding foul on Michaelis, I believe. Take a look at the lob.
It's a good effort at the top of the game. One way you could stop this lob is to put a little bit more pressure on the ball. Because once it's thrown up there and you have that man running the baseline, it's very, very difficult to defend. So Michaelis makes a beautiful pass and a nice lob and a drop.
Alston will inbound for the Bulldogs. Gets it to Herring. Inside, right away to Tremaine Folks. Walton will drive. That's no work. Comes off to Michaelis. Owls with a chance to tie or even take the lead on a three-pointer. Bugaya. Foul called on Fresno State. Tremaine Folks will pick it up.
Rice has decided to put the ball down low almost every time down the floor. Now, when you're playing defense and you allow somebody to receive the ball 3 or 4 feet from the goal and you're playing right behind them, it is very difficult to stop that man. Bugayev does a nice job of backing folks down, calling for the ball. So I'm sure that Fresno State will try to make some adjustments as Willis Wilson likes the way his team has come out in the second half. I mean, they probably played as well in this stretch of 5 minutes than they've played in quite some time.
Bugayev misses the second. That would have tied the game for the first time since it was 7-7. Walton inside, working on Michaelis, goes around Michaelis and puts it up in the end.
Now, Walton's showing you he's got some versatility in his game. I mean, he's not only a man that can shoot outside. You'd like to see Walton do a little bit more of that. Post it up near the goal. You know, use his quickness inside to try to get it up on the window and finish plays.
Timeout on the floor, 15:39 remaining in the basketball game, and we have a game. Rice down by 3.
This is Imagine TV.
All right. Who was the guy in the Mercury? I'm talking,
Here's something everyone will be talking about. The new 1998 Mercury Grand Marquis LS. Headed for California with a special package that includes V8 power, leather trim, and aluminum wheels. Track one down at your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
So you're the stool pigeon. Should have known.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
It's been said by many that America feeds the world. For over 80 years, Fresno, Madera...
Dog Basketball is brought to you by your San Joaquin Valley Lincoln Mercury dealers. By Fresno, Madera, and Valley Farm Credit, serving the San Joaquin from Bakersfield to Madera. And by the Sourdough Jack from Jack in the Box. 2 million antenna balls can't be wrong.
Jerry Tarkanian has seen a 12-point Fresno State lead whittled down to 3 thanks to a 14-5 run by the Rice Owls. The shooting percentages reveal a complete flip-flop from the first half. Maybe it's because the team shot at the same basket each half, right? The same basket that Rice was shooting at the first half is the one the Bulldogs have taken in the second half. And not having much luck. Dishes it out. Alston cuts it down.
Good job, Pat. Now reset. Number an early offense, so you want to get organized and get back into motion. You like to attack down low first.
Tremaine Folks goes over Bugayev.
Oh, it's been 1.5, too, for Fresno State. Not much in terms of offensive rebound of the ball.
Michaelis to Bugayev. Josh Stringer finds an opening, a rare two-point shot, puts it up and in. It's a one-point game. 6 points for Stringer.
You know, the surprising thing, Ralph, is that the outside guards for Rice have been able to penetrate much easier in the second half than they did in the first. I mean, guys are just taking it right into the paint.
Chris Herron sees an opening and is fouled. Bumped on the body by Bugayev. Jarvis Kelly-Sani has been having some success going inside. Got a little rest on the bench, but now is up off the bench and will check back in for Rice. As Fresno State will have the basketball out of bounds. Also coming in is T.J. Armstrong. Johnson leaves and Michaelis leaves for Rice. Rafer Alston finally on the board. That was his first basket of the night, I believe.
Rafer saying it was definitely a lid on the goal. Finally got it down. Now Walton's got to play more in front of Kelly-Sani. If you let him receive it there, he can cause some problems.
T.J. Armstrong for three. That's no good. Rebound Kelly-Sani. He's having a good game. 13 points, 11 rebounds for Kelly-Sani. Stringer. Three-pointer. Guess what? It's a one-point game once again.
Well, Rice is revitalized here. They're playing real hard, rebounding the ball, giving Fresno State one shot.
Alston looking for two in a row and gets two in a row.
Now the Dogs need to stop. They should have put the ball down low. Rice has some opportunity to get inside to Jarvis Kelly-Sani. He's been effective once he's retrieved the ball. See if he can hustle it over.
Trapping defense by Fresno State forced the bad pass into the backcourt. T.J. Armstrong got into trouble when Fresno State double teamed. So the Bulldogs will have the basketball out of bounds, leading 52-48, 13-24.
And still man-to-man by Rice.
That was just the second turnover this half for Rice. Herron. That's three straight three-pointers for the Bulldogs. Two by Alston and one by Herron. And it's back up to a 7-point Fresno State lead.
Let's see if folks can get around Bugayev. He sets a big target in there.
Foul called on Tremaine Folks, pushing Bugayev.
Yeah, only the second team foul, so out of bounds it will go. And Folks playing right behind. He's not trying to use his quickness to get around in front. Instead, he's going to play behind, but he did use a little bit of contact.
They're raining threes for both sides here in the second half. Bobby Crawford now in double figures with 12 points. All of those on three-pointers. Roberson, the answer, and Dodd.
Well, listen, you shoot the three, I'll shoot the three. I'll tell you what, if you're guarding me, I'm going to give you a little space if you give me the space when I come down the floor.
Kelly-Sani turns. In and out. Rebound, Winfred Walton.
Shot was too close, Rob.
Aaron again open here on the far side. Runs over the defender as Stringer goes down. Inside. Lost but foul. As Tremaine Folks put it up, Bugayev will pick up the foul. Folks will go to the free throw line.
Very acrobatic move by Tremaine Folks. Way to run the baseline in there. That time Alston almost charged, but did back the ball up. And what Folks did that you really like, played well on the ball. Moving, giving him a nice target. And once he did receive it, he's very adept at taking it hard to the rim and drawing fouls and making free throws. So this is a good free throw game for Tremaine Folks.
A dozen points for Tremaine Folks in this game. He had 11 rebounds in the first half. So another double-double for the young man who is averaging a double-double this season. Folks hits them both. Fresno State now has pushed the lead back up to 9 after seeing a 12-point lead cut down to just 1. Bugayev inside, kicks it back outside.
I think they got to go right back down to Bugayev again. Let him be the focal point. He is open inside.
Whistle and a holding foul will be called on Fresno State. Walton picks up his second, make it second personal, third team foul. It'll be Rice, ball out of bounds. Bobby Crawford has it at the baseline.
Folks coach trying to move Bugayev off the key. I mean, he is dead set on playing. What a lob. Hello. Well, that play is worked well. Running out, you get guys who run the baseline, just lob it under. Unless you put a lot of pressure on the ball, Ralph, you have to put your hands up so that you cannot make the pass. Once it's in the air and the pass is anywhere in the vicinity, the offensive player running the baseline has a great chance of making it.
Crawford knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Fresno State basketball, but first we have a timeout. 11:48 remaining in the game. It's 60-53 Bulldogs.
They took on the toughest competition America could throw at them, but thanks to you, they're still number one. Around here, we're the home team.
The Bulldog Shop now has Red Wave fun for the kids. It's Timeout Junior. You'll find Fresno State children's wear for newborns to teens, and all stamped with a Timeout Junior paw of approval. Choose from fun wear for both boys and girls. Dress the kids in their Red Wave best, and only from the Bulldog Shop at Cedar and Barstow.
With Plymouth, this is what you pay for, and this is what you get. Take, for example, Plymouth Neon. You get all this. And now these special savings. Get $1,500 cash back or 1.9% APR, so you can save over $2,700 in finance charges. One more time. This is what you pay for, and this is what you get.
At your neighborhood Chrysler and Plymouth dealer, it's the new place to be and the only place to buy.
Hey, fellas, I think I found somebody. Give me two. She listens, she cares. Come on. I mean it. She understands my style.
Style?
She understands exactly what I want. Details. Well, on Thursday? Yeah. She gave me this haircut at Supercuts. Just the cut you want. Perfect every time. Supercuts. It's you.
Time again for This Week in Bulldog Sports, brought to you by Glendale Federal Bank. Tomorrow, February 13th, the 19th-ranked Fresno State baseball team hosts Cal State Fullerton in the first of a three-game series. First pitch 7 p.m. at Biden Field, weather permitting. Also tomorrow, the Fresno State softball team is at the Arizona State Coca-Cola Classic. The Dogs open their home season at Bulldog Diamond Friday, February 27th, when they host Utah in their first WAC matchup of the year. This Week in Bulldog Sports has been brought to you by Glendale Federal Bank. Ooh, tomorrow, Friday the 13th. I'm glad I played golf today and not tomorrow.
You would not have gotten a hole-in-one tomorrow. I mean, you're lucky you played today.
Never get another one. But that was,
there's a very good chance of that being true.
You're probably right. 11:48 left in our game. 60-53, Fresno State leading, and with the basketball. Chris Herron with 17 points. Terrence Roberson with 13. Now, look at 3-point attempts in the first half. You saw Fresno State was 5 and 19, but Bulldogs picking it up here in the second half. Percentage-wise, both teams have.
Got to be aware of the clock. Clock down to 5. But Aaron almost made a one from outer Houston.
Folks was on the sideline trying to save it. It'll be the Rice basketball. Yeah, Chris Herron could have shot that one from the Space Center down there, the Johnson Space Center.
Back man-to-man. Dogs opened up and they're immediate. They go back to man-to-man. Rice is really executing well. They are bringing on the baseline. Guys are just roaming and passing and playing and cutting and scoring. Here's the screen on the baseline. Again, not a significant amount of pressure on the ball. And Bobby Crawford can just run that baseline and get position. And Willis Wilson has his team playing exceptionally well here in the second half.
Third foul on Winfred Walton. Crawford cannot convert the three-point play, but Jarvis Kelly-Sani hustles to get the rebound. 5-point Bulldog lead, approaching 11 minutes remaining in the basketball game. Fresno State won 7 of 8, including the last 3 on the road. 7-game losing streak for Rice. Kelly-Sani gets the roll. 17 now for him. He's had some great games against Fresno State. With the previous meeting, 16, 14, and 14 points. This so far the best of all. 17 as Tremaine Folks that powers inside and answers.
Well, Rice thinks they have an advantage with the Kelly-Sani and Bugayev on the interior. So both of those guys really trying to show position. And Willis Wilson has these big guys on the floor, and they've been effective.
Offensive foul will be called on number 34, Mike Wilkes. That's already 16 fouls now on Rice with 10:30 remaining.
think Jerry Tarkanian has liked what Tremaine Folks has done inside. And he may be saying, look, let's try to dump the ball back down again. Now, Rice goes zone. And we talked about this before, Ralph. This is a very good zone team on the floor for the Dogs. So they got 4 guys out here that can knock down the 3. If they can just move the ball, get some penetration to set it up. Now kick it back out.
Wide open over here. He'll fire away. You know that. Little long. Rebound comes off to Johnson. 5-point Fresno State lead. 10 minutes now remaining in the second half. Midway through the second half.
Going to try to get the ball right back down there. Bugayev with a one. That's not the shot that Willis Wilson wanted. I can guarantee you that. And he's going to take a 20-second timeout, and I'll guarantee you Bugayev's going to hear about it.
He wanted to go to the other end of the huddle when he comes back to the bench.
He wanted the ball right down to Jarvis Kelly-Sani and not the outside jumper. He's saying put the ball down deep.
Coming out of the 20-second timeout, it will be Rice ball. Last touch by the Bulldogs before going out of bounds. 9:52 remaining. A 5-point lead for Fresno State. This is a season-high 7-game losing streak for Rice. This is a team that was tied at halftime with Utah at 29 all. It scored just 20 points in the second half and lost 60-49.
And Hazard Victor Jarrett's done an absolutely unbelievable job at Utah again. Loses Keith Van Horn, and they have not missed a beat. Actually, when they played New Mexico, I watched that game, and Utah played a marvelous game. They were very unlucky at the end of the game. They could still be undefeated at this time of the year. They have had a magnificent season. New Mexico finds ways to win in the pit, don't they? They just don't lose many down there.
Sometimes they get a little help, but they do get it done.
See, here's the play they want. They take the timeout and they go right back to Sani. Bugayev did not shoot it that time, did he? What did he do? He passed it, and very productive Jarvis Kelly-Sani.
19 points for Kelly-Sani, who also has a dozen rebounds. Tremaine Folks fouled as he goes up.
I think Bugayev would have been in at the Space Needle or wherever he was. Not the Space. What was the name of that place?
Space Center.
The Space Center.
Johnson Space Center down NASA where they have mission control for the space shuttle.
Space Needle's in Seattle. Well, he may have gone to Seattle had he shot that outside shot.
Folks will shoot 2. Fouls on Mike Wilkes, his 3rd. 16 points now for Tremaine Folks, who has saved the best games of his Fresno State career for Rice. He had 28 points, a career high, along with 16 rebounds the last time they played.
I think Tremaine will be on Rice's all-opponent team this year. What do you think about that? When Rice picks their all-opponent team, I think Folks may be the number 1 guy. He had, as you said, 28 the first game, and he's got like 17 in this one with almost 10 minutes to go.
And a dozen rebounds for Folks. Inside to Kelly-Sani, working on Folks. Loses the basketball. Has kick it out to Johnson for 3. Rebound, Alston. Pushing it up the floor. Dishes to Heron. Lays it up. In and out again. Boy, Chris Heron has been unlucky on his drives to the basket here in the second half. 3rd time. Got a good look on a drive. And the ball go in and out. Back the other way. Crawford throws it up. He is fouled. I believe that'll be on one for Walton, and that will be number 4 on Walton. So Larry Happy has to jump off the Bulldog bench. Walton will go take a seat.
Now, this is a smart move by Walton, and by Crawford to come down the middle and use his left hand on the left side, and he felt the contact. When Crawford comes off the screen, Walton has to jump out and not allow Crawford to turn the corner and come down the middle, because once Bobby Crawford does that, he's tough to handle. Wow, that may typify the kind of year he's had this year. He's the guy that's a very prolific scorer, but for some inexplicable reason, he has not had a normal Bobby Crawford year. He shot an air ball there from 15 feet.
Makes the second one nothing but net after getting nothing but air on the first one. And Alston loses the basketball. Fresno State end. Jerry Tarkanian right in front of him, hands to the head. And it's just a 4-point lead for Fresno State with a lot of time left. Just under 9 minutes. Well, you're letting Rice hang around here too long against Fresno State.
Well, they get the feel now that they can control this game, and they're doing it in the second half, and it's all starting down low. They've been able to establish the low block. You know what they're doing, too? They're going right at Rafer Alston, who's got the foul problem, and he doesn't want to commit another foul, so another smart play by the Owls to take it right to the goal. Now, What a situation now. Obviously, anybody's game.
Robert Johnson might start contributing. Remember, he had 18 in the first meeting at Fresno State. Ball knocked away from Heron, goes to Abney. Roberson inside, knocked away by Kelly Sonny. It's a 2-on-1. Crawford to Sonny.
Oh, that got everybody excited. What a brilliant play by Jarvis Kelly Sonny, really at both ends of the floor. He didn't travel any open court. He got the deflection. He was under control, finished the play. And now the fans are into it.
Heron again misses on the drive. Rice with the opportunity to take the lead. Steal by Heron. He has Alston ahead of the pack. Takes the pass, lays it up and in.
Great acrobatic play by Ray for Alston. Not only to catch the ball, but to have the presence of mind not to travel and then turn around and finger roll it to the goal. Very, very difficult play. He made it look easy.
The Owls have the lead for the first time since 13-12. 67-66 Rice, approaching 7 minutes remaining in this one.
Well, you have to compliment Rice. So they have played a sensational second half.
Tremaine Colts outside. That's no good. Rebound Stringer. Johnson for three. And he hits. Well, Fresno State might need a timeout.
Yeah, they're on a roll now. I mean, Rice making everything. I mean,
they are cold as the Owls were in the first half. They are hot in the second.
Playing with great confidence, Ralph. Good defense, making outside shots.
Alston. Wow. 3 3-pointers in this half for Rafer Alston. Fresno State trailing now by 1.
See if they go right back inside to Kelly Sonny. He has been the guy that has done most of the damage, so he will try to handle, and then they run the screen for Stringer. Well executed.
Stringer, three, no good, and the foul is going to be called on, I believe, Jarvis Kelly Sonny, pushing off. Fourth foul on Kelly Sonny. That could be big with 6:09 remaining. They'll come to the other end and shoot free throws. I believe Larry Abney will go to the stripe and shoot 1 and 1.
And only 5 team fouls on Fresno, so Kelly Sonny does pick up his fourth.
Abney rattles the first one home, and Fresno State is once again even.
Now you might look for Rice to zone the next time down the floor just to keep Sonny out of foul trouble and try to protect him a little bit. But they're going to take him out. That's one way to protect him. I don't suspect he'll sit for long.
Alex Bugayev comes in with 6:09 remaining. We'll make a mark to that.
Probably get Sonny right back in there to score a minute ball. Well, look at Stringer. Right down. Stringer just goes to his spot in the corner. He's a three-point guy.
Anything outside the three-point line is his spot. Bugayev misses. Rebound Abney. Quickly outlets to Terrence Roberson. Under 6 minutes remaining now. Tied at 7.
Looks like Rice is going to zone it up. The 1-2-2 zone.
Rafer Alston has been caught from the outside, and they'll try again. 4 3-pointers.
This is the same guy now. Remember, in the first half, it was 0 for 6. Didn't make a shot. Well, he has put on a show in the second half.
Fresno State, after falling behind briefly, has regained the lead, 73-70.
That's a good job of stepping out on that screen. Abney made a very good defensive play on Crawford to step out.
Bugayev had the ball in deep on Folks, but kicked it back outside. Michaelis with the turn, left-handed. Derek Michaelis in double figures with 10. A 1-point lead for Fresno State.
See if Rice goes man-to-man or if they box and one. They're going to go man-to-man. Thought they might box and one on Heron, but no, they're going to go straight up man-to-man.
Heron kicks it back out. Roberson for 3. Rebound Stringer.
Got to stay on the ball. Bugayev is a big target in here.
working against Larry Abney. They're banging bodies as they try to fight for position. Bugayev may have gotten hit in the mound. Stringer rattles it home. Josh Stringer now has 11. That is a, dare I say this, new career high. So many players have gotten career highs against Fresno State this season. Stringer gets his with 11, a 20-second timeout called by Fresno State as Rice regains the 1-point lead, 74-73.
Well, it's obvious that Willis Wilson had something to say to his team at halftime. They've come out and played a sensational second half. They played extremely good defense. They've executed at the offensive end, had some opportunity jumpers. The fans are in it. Everybody's excited about it. And the Dogs have hit the three-point shot. It's not like Fresno State has played poorly. You take a look at the rebound differential, and now Rice, who was being out-rebounded by 4 in the first half, up by 7 in the second. So here's a three-point attempt on the outside by Roberson and a miss. And this has been the story, really, 1 and out. There's been no second efforts at all by Fresno State around the glass, and Rice has done a very good job of allowing just that one perimeter shot in most cases.
Tremaine Folks had 11 rebounds in the first half, has just 1 in the second half. You notice them doing anything?
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot of rebounds to get at the offensive end for Rice because they score almost every time down. Oh, no foul.
He got up with the block. Then there's a scramble for the ball. Chris Herron just stands out there and lets it come to him. Bugayev is getting very physical inside, I know, with folks. Keeping him away from the basket. Approaching 3.5 minutes now, and Rice with the opportunity to add to a 1-point lead. The Owls trying to snap a season-high 7-game losing streak as Johnson works the baseline, reverses it up and in.
A beautiful individual move by Johnson to get up on that baseline. Herron has to get this one down and does. And that's really a mistake by Rice. You've got Chris Herron all alone behind the arc. I mean, that's someone you have to introduce yourself to, get up on him, and not allow him any space.
20 points for Chris Herron. We are tied as we approach 3 minutes remaining in the game. Johnson, again, has to alter his shot because of the presence of Folks. Herron comes out with it and will steamroll. Blocking foul will be called against Josh Stringer, number 23. 3 fouls on Stringer. Herron should shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, he will shoot 2. And Stringer just could not get his body out in front fast enough. I think he thought Herron might back it out. And Stringer going all the way for the charge, but here definitely a good call. He did not get his body all the way in front of Chris Herron. And Herron very quick in the open court. And Fresno State, Ralph, still has a foul to take. Now they're in that 3 minutes to go, and Kelly Sani going to come back in the game. I thought Bugayev did a good job coming in for Sani. But the Dogs can get aggressive, and if you're going to foul, obviously you don't want to foul in the act of shooting, but they do have 1 to take.
Herron's now scored 5 straight. He hit the 3-pointer and the 2 free throws. Fresno State back up by the slimmest of margins. The Bulldogs lead by 2 with 3:03 remaining.
Genuine jockey.
Nothing else comes close. For comfort, for fit, make sure you get Genuine Jockey.
Genuine jockey.
Come to Gott's Chalks and save 25% on all Jockey men's products. Get genuine savings on Genuine Jockey during the Jockey men's sale at Gott's Chalks.
There must be a reason Nissan of Visalia is the #1 volume Nissan dealer in Fresno.
Ball is brought to you by Nissan of Visalia, your South Valley Nissan dealer. By Unical, a proud sponsor of the Bulldogs. And by Prime Stock. Prime Stock, the best value in satellite TV.
Back in Houston, 3:03 remaining in this basketball game. Fresno State leading 78-76. A must-win situation for Jerry Tarkanian and his Bulldogs, who had a 10-point lead, extended it to a dozen here very early in the second half. Fell behind by as many as 4 points.
Now back to the zone, Ralph. They're going to go back to the defense that they started the game with, the amoeba, trying to trap. They're going to lob again.
That time it doesn't work. You got to have a good pass.
Yeah, the pass was off. Had that pass been near the goal, that would have worked again. Man-to-man by Rice. And don't forget, folks, now when he sees the ball, the guy guarding him does have the 4 fouls.
Roberson put it up, and he was fouled on the shot by Johnson. So Terrence Roberson will go to the free throw line, trying to extend this Fresno State 2-point lead. First foul on Johnson.
Here's Roberson, who puts the ball on the floor and does pick up the foul. And one thing you like that Roberson is improving on is he's trying to take the ball more toward the basket and just not rely on his outside game. So that's an area of his particular game that he has to work on. Terrence Roberson, of course, a prolific outside player, but he has to complement that with drives to the goal. Boy, free throws have been pivotal in this game. I mean, it's been an excellent job of shooting free throws for Fresno State.
Roberson makes them both. That puts Fresno State up by 4. It's 80-76 Fresno State lead with 2:34 remaining. KMPH Fox 26 will be next Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. when the Bulldogs take on the rival Spartans from San Jose State. Only on your station, KMPH Fox 26.
Well, Rice has had a great run. Now, one of the problems, though, is they have turned the ball over 5 times in the last 6 minutes. So Willis Wilson hoping his team now will take care of the basketball and get a productive trip down the floor.
2 timeouts left for each team.
And the zone again. So now they're going to go back to the amoeba.
Kelly Simon works over Winford Walton, rattles it home.
I thought he may have gotten away with the travel last time. It looked like he took the extra half step into the middle.
23 points now for Jarvis Kelly-Sani. His career high is 25.
Man-to-man by Rice. Now's the time you might want to get the ball to Folks because the guy guarding him isn't foul trouble.
Herron tried to lob it into Folks. Sani anticipated it and got the steal.
Got to get to Crawford now, not give him any room. They were very content, Ralph, with backing the ball up and initiating and starting at the low post.
Under 2 minutes now remaining in the game. A 2-point lead for Fresno State. Kelly-Sani kicks it out. Shot clock down to 7.
Got to get up on screen. Not give any room.
4, 3, 2. Johnson. The foul bails him out. 2 on the shot clock. When Robert Johnson was fouled going up for the shot. 4th personal foul on Tremaine Folks. Robert Johnson shooting 2 free throws.
Well, Folks did everything right here. He moved his feet. The only thing he did wrong was try to actually block the shot instead of going straight up. Now, that was right at the end of the 35-second shot clock with only 2 remaining. So you're right, Ralph. He did bail him out and put him to the line. And now Rice with an opportunity to tie.
Johnson makes the first. He's in double figures with 10. It's a 1-point game. Fresno State leading with 1:32 remaining. Johnson with the opportunity to tie. And 80-80. A minute and a half left. Hang on to your seats.
Well, you can't take too much time and try to look for Folks, even though the guy guarding them does have the 4 fouls. You have to go ahead and run your offense, try to get a quality shot.
Alston, rebound Walton. And a whistle on the play. Walton was fouled by Michaelis. Big rebound by Winford Walton.
That was a terrific rebound by Walton because Walton is on the outside position. Michaelis actually had good position to rebound the ball, but he just forgot to go up and grab it, and Walton just stole it right away from him. So Winford Walton now in the double bonus will get a 2-shot opportunity.
And one of the best free throw shooters on the team at 71%. This is the first. He'll have one more for a chance to break the tie at 80. And misses them both. Rebound, Jarvis Kelly-Sani. As we approach 1 minute.
And you shoot your free throws great the whole game, but it's obvious you've got to shoot them well in the last couple of minutes.
2-pointer, no good. Kelly-Sani tipped it. Last touch by Kelly-Sani, so it'll be Fresno State ball. with 57 seconds remaining. Bulldogs, each team actually has 2 timeouts left.
Well, they'll probably take a timeout here. I don't suspect that Gary and his coaching staff will let this team come down the floor and just freelance this one. You want to make sure that you get your schemes organized and you get your team to do exactly what you want them to do in this situation.
Neither team with a 20-second timeout remaining, so it's a full timeout with 51.9 seconds left and an 80-80 game.
And the strategy here, if you're Fresno State, you're in a double bonus. So you want to take something either strong to the basket or try to set up the three-point shot.
This game tied at 80 with 51.9 seconds left. There's some a little more confident than others, obviously, by looking at that group of Bulldog boosters. And the Rice fans are fired up because I don't think they ever expected to really be in this game.
Well, they didn't expect to be in the game the way reading ended in the first half, and the Dogs come out and get the first goal of the second half. But when you're on the road and you're playing a team that's hungry, a team that really has been embarrassed the last couple of times they played Fresno State. I mean, you knew that Rice would come out and play very hard, and they have played an exceptional second half. Now you're in a situation, if you're Fresno State, you've got a 2-for-1 situation. So with about 45, if you can get a quality shot, you will get the ball back, even if you miss.
Roberson loses it on the way up. Good defense by Johnson. Who's going to get it? Last touch by Rice, so with 36.8. Reset of the shot clock?
Yeah, you get a reset. Yeah, and I think in this situation, you might, I think maybe take another timeout.
That's Rice calling this timeout. The Owls want to talk it over because
you got a 1-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And I believe if you're Fresno State, you do not want to give Rice another opportunity to score. You look at the remaining timeout. So if you're in trouble and you're the Dogs, you still have one remaining, as does Rice. But you want to get the ball in play, run your motion, get the shot clock all the way down to in the 4 or 5 second area, then go ahead and shoot the basketball, try to win it on the road with the last shot. And I think Rice, no, I don't think they do foul because you're in a double bonus situation. And if I'm Rice, it's a real gamble to foul unless Willis Wilson feels at home that maybe this is the only opportunity he has to win the game because he wants to see Fresno State run the clock all the way down. So that's one theory. I wouldn't do that, but you're going to give the other teams 2 shots, and you're hoping they make one of the 2. Even if they make them both, you still have an opportunity to tie or make the 3. I suspect they'll come out and just play real hard defense, play good position, and hope to get a miss, maybe get some time to come down and score or run this into overtime. Overtime, I think, is an advantage for Rice if the game goes to overtime. Only because they're at home, they're playing well, their confidence will be up.
Well, what does this game mean for Fresno State? We talked about it at the top. This is a 2-game road trip. You have a 1-game lead over the third-place team, Tulsa, which you play in their place on Sunday. I mean, conceivably, if you lose this game, then the game at Tulsa, you go from second place on this trip to fourth place in the conference.
Yeah, it could be obviously a very disastrous situation. So you're hoping that the Dogs can come back and get solid here and get a win and not put all the pressure in the world on them in the Sunday game.
Absolutely. Fresno State trying to make it 8 wins in the last 9 games. Rice trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. Bulldogs, Rafer Alston will inbound.
And you have a timeout left here, Ralph. So if Rafer feels he can't get the ball, then you can always call timeout. Now, I think you got to bring it all the way back out. And this is a smart play. And you don't want to get a 5-second count here. So you have to be alert that if the defender's within 6 feet and you're dribbling the ball, make sure you pick up your dribble. If you haven't started your dribble and he's within 6 feet, the count starts, go ahead and commence your dribble. Like here the count starts. Now pick up your dribble. And this is the prize.
Just drives and scores. So Fresno State takes a 2-point lead.
Got to play good defense. Now that shoot a free. Actually, that surprised me that they went ahead and took it down the middle.
Final timeout called by Rice. Fresno State has one remaining, 11.4 seconds left. A 2-point lead thanks to this play by Rafer Alston.
I think Rafer Alston surprised Rice. I don't think Rice expected Alston to take it all the way down the goal and take down the middle and go ahead and lay the ball in. He really didn't get much pressure because I think mentally the Owls were thinking this guy cannot be shooting the ball now. It's a little bit too early, and by the time they recognize the shot, Alston has gone ahead and put it down. Now, the interesting thing is, if you're Rice, and this is what I would look at the timeouts for me. If you're Rice, do you go for a 3 in the win, or do you go for a 2 in the tie? I go for a 3 in the win. That's my personal feeling. You're the underdog. You played a great second half. Emotionally, you're ready to go. Set up the 3. If the 3 isn't there, then go ahead and look for whatever shot you can get. But I would suspect the first option for the Owls will be 3-point first, second, 2-point second.
Listening in on the huddle, Jerry Tarkanian, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they want to make sure they don't foul because Chris Harris said, no, we don't have a foul to take. We only have 6. So what they're going to do is come out and play man-to-man. They're going to negate the 3-point shot. If you give them a 2 and they score, then that's fine. But you don't want to get into a situation where you take any kind of a foul and allow Rice to go to the line. So this is a solid defensive effort. No 3. You have to defend the arc if you're Fresno State.
Here we go. Final 11.4 seconds. Maybe overtime.
Got to put some pressure and don't allow him to look for the 3. They're going to shoot. Looks like they are looking for the 3. They're going to run.
Crawford pushes off, delivers. Kelly Sani went up too early for the tip, and Fresno State hangs on to win the game.
No, that was well defended and actually had a good shot. I don't believe that was their first option, Ralph. I think Rice was looking 3, but Bobby Crawford did not develop for him, and he put the ball on the ground and missed the shot. Great effort by Rice. Willis Wilson's team played hard, and Jerry Tarkanian's club takes a deep sigh of relief.
The Owls are absolutely stunned.
This is Imagine TV.
All right. Who was the guy up at Mercury? Not talking, eh?
Here's something everyone will be talking about. The new 1998 Mercury Grand Marquis LS. Headed for California with a special package that includes V8 power, leather trim, and aluminum wheels. Track one down at your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
So you're the stool pigeon. Should have known.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury. This season, be there and feel it for yourself. The 1998 WAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament, March 2nd through 7th in Las Vegas.
You know who I am? I'm the President of the United States.
And we were talking, Jerry, I know you're a little disappointed, but your guys really having a chance to practice all week. I know there was the flu going around, but the good news is you found a way to win the game.
That's all I want to do is win and get out of here. I just want to get out of here. I'm so happy to get the win. We had no energy left, and we just hung on, that's all.
Did you think that Rice was going to look to shoot the 3 at the end? What were you talking about at the timeout?
Well, we switched from the Meba to man-to-man, and we decided we weren't going to give him the 3. We really climbed into him pretty good.
I thought that, on their behalf, I thought they played a solid second half. They were re-energized and probably played as well as they played in a long time.
Rice played a great second half. We had no energy. At the 8-minute mark, I wanted a timeout, but we had a timeout coming 4 minutes without a dead ball. So we had no energy.
All right, good luck against Tulsa. Good. You know what? You kept it exciting for everybody.
Too exciting for me, I'll tell you.
All right, Jerry Tarkanian gets the win, 82-80. They've got Tulsa on Sunday, but they do get out of here with the W. That's what's important. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Genuine jockey.
Nothing else comes close. For comfort, for fit, make sure you get Genuine Jockey.
Genuine jockey.
Come to Gott's Chalks and save 25% on all Jockey men's products. Get genuine savings on Genuine Jockey during the Jockey men's sale at Gott's Chalks.
On today's show, it's I'm a Bulldog fan and I need an